Yes.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. We are No Shots Fired. This is episode 19, Something About Lightning, where we're going to talk about all of the good game things. We hope you are here tonight because we have our biggest casting crew ever. We've got Tommy Tom Tom. Well, isn't it Tom Tom Tommy Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got Jay Money.
is.
We got Doc. We got Junkblade. And we have me, some guy. And we're ready to tackle all of the biggest topics in gaming and gaming-related things.
A full house. We can't fit any more people.
I think we need to start the night by everybody getting all of the advertisements out of the way because we have a lot of them.
I got rid of a couple of mine already, so.
But that wasn't on the official podcast, though.
But now we have
Okay, what are you drinking now?
tea Java,
I almost bought one of those tonight.
Rayleigh's
Instead,
best tea.
I got Arizona iced tea, which was only 50 cents for this giant can.
That's a solid deal.
An empty glass.
Glasses are big right now.
I have Bowser dressed in a wedding outfit, complete with top hat.
I believe you.
That sounds pretty awesome. Hey, wait, what happened?
So, alright, great. Today we're going to be talking about Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, Dark Souls Remastered, the R8 and CS. We're going to get a Dungeons and Dragons update from Junkblade. The Electronic 3, E3, the E3 conference going on right now in Los Angeles, which Tommy Tom is at live.
On the scene reporting. That's what you come here for.
And then we'll take your questions as always.
Okay, not Cupertino, got it.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
not
That's
in
next year's E3.
Yes.
Sure, we'll go with that.
So let's jump right in. Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. What is it, and which of you are going to talk about it?
So, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is a game that just came out a couple weeks ago in the vein of the NES Castlevania games.
Okay.
So, a 2D side-scrolling action game made by, I guess the backstory is a company, the guy who made the Castlevania games, including Symphony of the Night on PlayStation, I think is what that was, kickstarted kind of the spiritual successor to that game. And one of their Kickstarter goals was if they raised enough, they would also make this kind of 8-bit tribute to even earlier Castlevania games. So that's come out, and it's gotten extremely good reviews. And I figured I'd give it a go. It's only like $10 or $15, I think, and it's good. I've beaten a couple of bosses going through it, but it's so you can set it to be like the old Castlevania games where if you got hit, you got knocked back, and much less forgiving than the other mode is. But you have 4 different characters that you can kind of switch between on the fly, which is kind of cool. Each one has
How does that work?
you just kind of press it and they just switch. So and each one has slightly different abilities. So during one boss fight, I was able to get the boss down, but then I got hit a couple times. My life was really low, but then I was able to kind of switch in time to finish him off with the other guy.
Where are the other 3 hanging out? Are they just watching you die? That's
magic, man. And yeah, they watch me die a lot. It is kind of awkward.
I feel like that's very.
But that's kind of a cool mechanic to kind of update that aspect of it. Each one has different special weapons and stuff. But so that's a fun game. I would recommend.
How do these 4 adventurers meet each other?
The main guy is a demon hunter, and each time he kills a demon, he frees one of these people that are trapped inside an orb of some sort. So they say, "I will."
I've been there before. I think we all been there before.
Right? That old chestnut. So yeah, good. Just a good kind of old school game experience that I would recommend. Looks cool.
Is
The
it on
music's
Steam?
cool. I don't know. I'm playing it on Switch.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I told you pretty much everything I knew about it.
Yeah.
All right, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
All right, now we're going to check in with Justin to see what he's
It
doing.
is on Steam.
What am I doing now? I say most recently we've been playing around with the R8 on CS, but besides that, we've not been doing anything.
I'm surprised you guys bother to do that when I'm not playing with you, because I'm not there to kind of annoy with your guys' constant use of that fucking gun.
Well, honestly, I'm afraid of you.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to get yelled at.
Yeah.
I don't yell is a strong, more like a stern sighing. I think is mostly what I do.
Well, getting judged, I guess, is,
I don't like being judged. That's which I don't get. I think it's easily the best gun in the game.
Yeah, I love it.
It
Well,
goes
we know
R8,
we have 5 people here, so I
It's
think
R8, AWP.
right on par with each other, huh?
Tech 9.
Are you saying we do a live Counter-Strike stream?
That is
Is that
what
what
I'm
you're suggesting?
That's what I'm
would.
suggesting.
I don't. Does Caleb have Counter-Strike installed?
I don't believe so, and even if I do, I'm never going to play it.
Oh, never.
Sounds like someone I know with Rocket League.
Sounds like there's some wiggle room there. I haven't given up on you either.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I do not have Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and I'm not going to get it.
What if someone gifted it to you? Very generously.
I would not play it.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't like online shooters very much. I think that's part of the reason why I'm not playing Overwatch much at all anymore.
But Overwatch is worse than Counter-Strike. So did you think about that aspect of it?
He's got you there. Check in, mate.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
The point is, I just don't have an interest in Counter-Strike or most online shooters. In fact, I can't.
What about Quake 3?
Never tried it.
Never tried it. Okay.
What else? What other famous online
Unreal
shooters?
Tournament,
Also never tried it.
2004.
Man, this.
Halo 2.
Tommy.
What about Manage Fest?
Wait, we're.
I can't deny that I played Halo games, but that was almost always at like a Halo party with you
Aha!
guys.
A crack in your facade.
I'm not saying I won't play them. I'm just saying I haven't really played any recently because they don't catch my interest very well.
But you'd be with all of us. Just a welcoming and warm group.
Yeah, but I feel like we could find another type of game that we could all play together.
I will give you 15 seconds.
15 seconds for what?
come up with another type of game.
League of Legends.
No, we said video game, not shit.
You think what do they call it? MOBA? Is that what they call it?
It's called a MOBA. I don't care much for those either. If Fallout 76 allows more than 2 people to co-op, I'd probably be willing to give that a shot.
I think it's 4.
Yeah, I'd be willing to co-op that with you guys.
Co-op?
I say we'll have to build a base for 20 minutes, and then I'll probably give up.
Wait, like, is it going to be like Fallout with co-op?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
We're finally getting what we want.
Are they going to do that with Skyrim? No, that's what I really.
Well, they're
They
getting closer to what we
teased
really
the Elder Scrolls 6, but they said it's like the language they used made it seem like it is extremely far away. Because the next big RPG they're doing is actually in space. And it's a totally new IP, which I'm actually pretty excited about.
I don't know why they would.
Because I'm
do
not
anything different.
the whole Fallout things. I'm kind of over.
Yeah, Fallout. I'm done with.
50s.
Yeah, I'm done with Fallout. I just want.
Why are you done with Fallout?
It's just, I don't know. It was fine for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've done 3 pretty enormous games with Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. And like I was never super into the post-apocalyptic setting anyway.
I think that's why I've never completed a Fallout game.
Yeah, I have yet to do that either.
You and most people probably.
Doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it doesn't suck me in.
But if I can hop on a spaceship, I'm more interested.
You get done so much faster because you have a spaceship to get around in.
Exactly.
What? This guy has run out of time. Why does he not lose?
This one I've noticed some weird laggy stuff.
I hate minute chess. That's not minute chess.
Okay.
More importantly, that segues perfectly into our next topic, Dark Souls Remastered. And I assume somebody besides me is talking about
I believe Junkblade is our correspondent on that particular title.
All right, so I have been playing Dark Souls Remastered with my friend who I played Dark Souls 3 with. These are the only 2 Dark Souls games I've actually played any decent
How many
amount
are
of. Technically 3.
Okay.
Dark Souls Remastered is a redo of 1.
Did you play 1 before this remaster or no?
I did, and I got killed by the Black Knight, and I think rage quit after losing 2,700 souls.
Classic. All right.
Then my friend and I slaughtered the Black Knight, therefore killing my reason for rage quitting in effigy, and that felt good. I think I've lost 10,000 souls on this run so far, because it just happens. There's not really any way of avoiding it unless you're really, really good, which I am not.
Okay.
Main observations, it's a little bit less fluid than Dark Souls 3 was. Like, the attacks and such, which makes sense, since I think, even though the game is remastered, it's still like an older engine. Or just...
Sure. Yeah, and even though they remastered, they still try to, in most cases, maintain the same kind of like hitboxy movement type stuff.
The invasion stuff is still dumb because you always seem to have that one guy who's just stupidly good at the game and uses their ability to gank other players.
Yeah.
Because
What's invasion? What does that mean?
Other players can... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Other players can just come into your world and kill you.
Or help you.
I would.
Right?
Well, does anyone ever...
But yeah, especially if you were playing the original one, like a good deal after release, there's no way there was anybody else left.
Yeah. After a while, it's just the good players left, and you either get good or you die. There's not really any in between. You can avoid invaders by playing offline, but if you do that, you can't call someone in to help you either, so it's a trade-off.
It's like a phone a friend thing?
Basically, same way people invade you, you can actually call someone in as an ally, and they can help you kill the enemies, which is what my friend and I do. We kind of swap back and forth who summons who. I've been having fun with it so far.
Cool. So I need a rating. Everything has to be rated.
So far, I'd say 7 out of 10.
All right.
So
you can take that to the bank. 7 out of 10 for Dark Souls Remastered.
Back of the box quote.
Which brings us to a 10 out of 10, the R8 in Counter-Strike.
We already talked about that.
But that was a teaser. Now we get to
we had more. Okay.
We have so Doc.
I could have sworn we had already plumbed those depths pretty well. Apparently not. Okay.
No. G-Money and I have so much to tell you about the R8. So first of all, it's a revolver.
Yeah, and what makes it great is when I hit F on the keyboard, it's spinning around in my hand really fast. Like a cowbell.
Okay.
I can pull the trigger, and it makes like a clicking sound, but I don't shoot.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of times J Money and I will be posted up somewhere we probably shouldn't be both kind of
Pushing around.
we can hear each other pulling that trigger, but not quite fully depressing it. To
Oh, I
fire
hate
the
that
shot.
noise.
well, it's the best noise. And so you would hate hanging out with us.
I flip out every time. This is what happened. This is what makes me shoot my teammates in the head. Is I freak out, turn around, and just fire off.
You should stay away from whatever corner we're currently parked in. So, Doc, we've discovered that you're not the only one who hates two people exclusively using the R8. It seems like a lot of people don't like that
Oh my
at all.
gosh. That's quite amazing. I don't have a number of people, but I do have an amount of time worth of rage quit bans. And,
Yeah, give them the update on that.
It's we left off at 10 days and 19 hours.
Like you guys are banned?
No, we've caused other people to be banned.
Because I know
Yeah.
we've gotten the ban for getting kicked too many times.
Oh no,
We don't get.
Oh, I guess
we protect each
you're
other.
together. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we protect because otherwise we
I
get
just
kicked
assumed
so
J
fast.
Money would have turned on you at some point, and we would have found
No,
out.
we're just CS:GO vigilantes. We're like the Batman of the CS:GO world.
Okay.
Sometimes if people really try to ignore us, we'll do things like if they throw a fire grenade, we run into it and get them kicked that way. We're not the best teammates in the world.
You don't play with fire. Teach them real life lessons.
There you go. That's true. The safety lesson, kids.
I think what's impressive, we should start tracking how long it takes before somebody tries to kick us or angrily yells at us for using the R8. Because sometimes it's like amazingly quick.
You mean on your team?
Yes, on our team. That's
Like auto sniper levels of instant just.
well, because what we'll do sometimes is, say it's like the second round or something. J Money and I are trying to go someplace where we could just get a kill, and that's not necessarily have anything to do with the objective. Our teammates all die, and then we're just sitting in a random corner because we're not going to abandon our spot.
Yeah.
And people really don't like that, especially when they have to watch us and we're just clicking the trigger on the revolver.
Right.
It's amazingly, people really go from just 0 to 10 on the rage scale. J Money, you have anything else to add about the R8?
It's an amazing weapon.
What skin are you guys using? Come on.
To be.
Oh, I need a skin.
You don't have a skin for it.
Oh, you know what? I can send that over to you. Forgot about that.
Man.
J Money bought me one, so we're good now.
Which one did you buy?
Oh my gosh! I think I have like the evolution or something.
Oh, you're just painting such a word picture for me right now. I can see it
Oh my god!
in my mind's eye.
I'm gonna look it up.
Or somewhere.
If I look up R8 evolution, it gives me Audi.
Yeah.
The evolution of the R8 Audi. That's not a
Maybe Counter-Strike. Sort of throw a little Counter-Strike in there.
CS R8 evolution. That's still.
Skin.
No,
All right,
it's not.
evolution skin. Beginners
Oh, here we
Googling.
go.
Skin, CS:GO staff.
Another section of the podcast here.
That looks great. I can't wait to get this.
Insane. Oh, mine's reboot.
Can anyone describe these?
It's
Colorful.
It says revolver on it. Got a black grip, black trigger guard with some silver mixed in. It kind of looks like something the Terminator would use in
Imagine a-
time.
So imagine the Terminator and a revolver he would use.
Well, actually, it's like the Terminator as a revolver. So
Oh, I like that better. So he's gone back in time.
The Terminator doesn't really bring weapons with him, so he just kind of grabs whatever.
Well, he is.
He is the weapon,
But
and now he
he's
is.
not a
the-
transformer. He doesn't transform into a revolver.
No, he doesn't. Not in this. Not in this reboot.
he's a revolver.
He's
So he's,
just a revolver.
he's Megatron.
No, he doesn't transform. He's only a revolver.
What?
He goes back in time to kill John Connor. 'Cause
Nah,
he's the first
you've lost me.
Terminator. And he's just a revolver.
I think the Terminator franchise has lost most people at this point.
That's why we need a reboot.
All right, reboot. Who plays the Terminator?
Well, it's just a revolver. Now it's probably voiced by who would it be voiced by?
I don't know. We're saving thousands.
I mean, how many people can do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression? Most of them.
I mean, you don't want to, but you want to probably walk away from that, right?
But
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we-
we need to. It's just a revolver.
Yeah, but you need like an
don't need a
iconic
voice.
voice.
No, you're right. We don't need a voice. We have. It's just a revolver.
Sometimes it doesn't do anything. It's just an object.
It's just
I
a
mean,
revolver.
gang, I got some issues here with kind of what
But you
markets
can't-
you're going after
You can't destroy it except for
with
throwing it into
rebooting
the
like a
cellar.
very, very big film franchise.
But maybe by chance someone will grab it and kill.
So it's just
John-
a
or
gun
John
sitting
Connor.
on the table.
Well, no,
Well, if somebody puts it on the table, sure.
it's the Terminator.
Why does this sound more and more like a cousin movie?
But he went through a machine,
I just
and now he's a revolver.
so does the gun have little legs that it runs around on?
No.
No. Google any revolver,
It's bad.
and that's what it looks like.
Boy,
I think the problem is you're asking like plot questions, and that's not really. What
I'm
this is
not
about.
sure I'm even to the plot. I'm just asking for mechanics of movement.
He
Really?
doesn't move. It's a revolver.
No,
I
wait.
googled any revolver, and the second thing that popped up was a backwards revolver.
A backwards.
Wait, what?
revolver.
Google any revolver, and the second
Oh, yeah,
image
making up
is a
any
backwards
revolver.
revolver.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm not googling that. I'm not getting on the list.
He's that.
Oh yeah.
He's
No,
that.
that's him. Yeah, because if John Connor picks it up and tries to shoot it, problem solved.
So you're saying the killer robot's evil plan is to send a killer terminating robot back in time,
Yes.
but make it
Yes.
a pistol that fires in a reverse direction, hoping that the one person they need to kill will pick it up and go, huh, I bet there's no bullets in here, and fire.
Well, you know,
Of course, you guys
While
don't.
pointing it in a direction that is in a lethal backward shot.
Well, here's the thing.
Of course, the
They work.
issue with this that you guys aren't remembering is that the reason the Terminators have to come back looking as humans in the first place is you can't send non-organic material back through the time stream.
Yeah, but it's a pistol, so we're fine.
It's not
So it's a
organic.
skin-covered gun.
Perfect.
That's what you have to. That's what you have to do.
So
to
it's a
send the
flesh.
gun
All right,
back.
so we're to a flesh gun now. So now
Wait,
the
why are we-
flesh
why is
gun
it's
goes
just
back
not-
in time, doesn't find any cool clothes or sunglasses or a box of flowers with a shotgun in it.
Nope.
Just sits on the
No.
street, says, I hope a
Yep.
kid comes by, says, oh, a blob of skin, cool.
Wait, no.
Picks it
No.
up, says, you know what, I'm going to cut into this bad boy. Shave off the skin. Say, oh, a gun. Even cooler. The barrel's pointing backwards, though. That's kind of... I'm going to try to fire it anyway. Maybe it's boomerang bullets that will
No,
still
see-
end up in the correct direction.
This is
Sights the
still-
gun at a wall, I don't know, fires it, thereby ending his existence.
I'm not
The thing is, though, this is actually.
Jay Money's been trying. Jay Money's been trying to
Oh, what?
say something for a while.
No, doesn't matter anymore.
All right, and that's the end of that discussion.
I mean, I think
we
you've
took
got
that
a solid
far.
5 minutes there, but if we're going to go full-length feature film, we're in trouble.
I was just gonna say we're clearly rebooting the first movie first, so we're asking for Sarah Connor to do this, not John Connor.
Yeah, but no, the movie could last. Could be immediately over, or it could last for years. It could last
I think
forever.
we need like a gun belt sidekick character. I think quick draw,
All right.
quick draw
Holster?
McGraw or something like that. There's a belt that allows for
I-
quick drawing of the gun.
So you want a gun belt?
Yep.
A holster?
Think of the merchandising.
Oh, that is. We do need to think.
People
of
can't
merchandise.
buy, not a lot of people are going to buy the gun, but people will buy a belt.
I think people would buy this gun.
Wait, is Sarah Connor still crazy? I don't know. That would be a different one. Never mind. We're still on the first one.
Isn't he just? Oh, that's right. John Connors hasn't been born in the
He's
first one.
conceived
Yeah.
in the first one. Yeah, I missed.
Yeah.
I was
But I think
blending Terminator 1 and
we
2 in a
we-
delicious little
Yeah, maybe we do that.
swerve
Maybe
on longtime fans of the series. That's what you're
maybe
going
we
for.
jump carelessly between the first and second.
I like that. It's not even really explaining it or.
Have any
1 second.
of you guys seen Solo?
No.
I'm not. Oh my god, I hate minute chess. It's
Alright,
not
that's-
minute chess, it's 4 player.
Okay, that's our 10-minute.
Did you wait? Did you like it though?
I really
Ask
liked
you
it.
that? Okay.
I very much enjoyed it. So
I've heard good things about it. It's just, for one, there's no way on earth it's making its money back. Like, it's not even going to break even. at
maybe
this
it would
point.
help if you went to it, Junk Blake.
And I kind of just got soured on Disney Star Wars movies after 8.
Hmm.
So,
So
I
you're
didn't
one
like-
of those people who are incorrect about Star Wars.
can I
Okay,
For
well,
me,
ask
Star
you a
Wars
question.
is 4, 5, and
Wait,
6,
hey,
plus
again,
KOTOR. That's it.
So, Doc, I have a question that won't ruin the plot, I don't think, but do you think the timeline works out in age?
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like. They're not specific enough about the timeline of this movie for it to matter.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Do you guys think we could reboot it again and I could play Han Solo?
No,
Mm.
Han Solo
No.
is a revolver.
Yeah,
Well-
right.
Can you give me some Han lines here?
Well, I want to play the revolver that plays Han Solo.
Oh God.
Wait, so what was the decision on was Solo a yay or a nay?
I really enjoyed
I
it.
think everybody.
So I do not know what everyone else's problem is in terms of people just not going to see it, but it is very good.
I have a job,
That,
so
I can't go because Thomas has a job. I don't need to catch up on the breaking news.
No, you don't want to catch up on the breaking news.
Oh man, Doc is a team killing murderer. I need to know that one.
what breaking news? Where?
Oh, the fake
Yeah.
news. Okay.
In the chat of the Twitch stream, Justin
Oh.
has been constantly updating us on the important points of whatever is going on.
It's good to know.
Which brings us seamlessly to the Dungeons and Dragons update. Now I don't know what we're updating.
I believe we're this is a campaign conclusion this evening.
Concluded.
Well, how long of a campaign?
How do
15
you
weeks or so.
how do you measure adventure, Valen? Huh?
Well, I mean, it's just like it was like 3 sessions or.
15 or so.
Oh, okay, so that's a long one.
Ran the Storm King Slender module, which I was going to run for you guys at some point, but I think I've changed my mind. It feels kind of like it needed one more rewrite, or like one more pass by the editor before it got printed, because there's just parts that feel disjointed. Like, you read this paragraph, and then there's something mentioned in the second paragraph that is unconnected to the first. And
So they need a
final-
copy editor.
yeah, and the final battle is just so underwhelming both times I've run it. It's a combination of how it's written and how non-lethal in general 5e is. Like, there wasn't...
Now you got to explain when you say things like 5e.
5th edition, sorry.
Okay.
5th
Most
edition.
recent edition, right? That's still the newest one.
is- I'm still good with 5th edition. I just want to run a different campaign because I don't feel like running this for a third time. So there are going to be spoilers for this for all 3 people who are probably watching this stream right now. So if you are in a Storm King's Thunder campaign, you should probably not listen to this. The final boss of the campaign is an ancient blue dragon named Emerith. And an ancient blue dragon is a challenge rating 23 monster, so it's considered an even fight for 4 level 23 players.
Okay. Is there like a color hierarchy for dragons?
Yes, for both chromatic and metallic. I always forget the way metallic goes. And I can go into the way chromatic goes after this. Anyway, the players are level 10 when they are supposed to fight this.
So it should stomp them.
It should kill them, right?
It should slaughter them, but in the campaign they get this potion that doubles their HP and gives them a strength of 25 and also makes them huge size.
What potion? Where do they get this potion?
It's given to them by the storm giants they help out. But
Okay, so it's part of it's embedded in the story.
It's embedded in the story.
That, huh? Wow.
Potion of giant strength or giant size, I forget the name.
Well, I mean, I feel like you can fix it if you just take that potion out, right?
Well,
Or take some of the effects away.
the issue is you're still it's 4 level 10s against a challenge rating 23 monster, and the only way for that to go well at all is to run it exactly as it is in the book, which has you run her as a complete idiot who fights them in a confined space, so she can't really use one of a dragon's greatest assets, which is their ability to fly, and just there's a lot.
Well, you could paint that as arrogance, right? Because these 4 non-high level people come in, and she's like, "Why do I even have to try?"
You could paint that as arrogance, but I still just don't like the setup. And the other thing is, there's not actually any given reason for this to be a blue dragon instead of an evil cloud giant, because it has her masquerading as a cloud giant earlier in the adventure. But again, there's no story reason why it needs to be a blue dragon. It could just be an evil cloud giant, and the story would still work out mostly the same.
Now, are cloud giants made of clouds?
No, they are not.
Oh, man.
And ironically, they don't. Oh wait, no. I mean storm giant, not cloud giant. There's like 6 different kinds of giants.
Okay.
And I get storm and cloud confused sometimes. Storms are the highest in the hierarchy. They live underwater, interestingly.
Wait, storm
giants live underwater?
Underwater?
Yeah. Cloud giants live
giants,
on cloud castles, which are as cool as they sound.
But not made of clouds. Are their clothes made of clouds?
They're not.
Oh, man. Is their facial hair made of clouds?
That sounds.
I think some of the minis look like they are.
Like a cool cloud beard?
Yeah.
Okay. That's something. Okay, is it at all feasible to scale down a challenge 23 to like a 15 or something that would still make it a hard fight, but to be able to keep their same stats and stuff?
You could scale it down to an adult blue dragon instead of an ancient, which would help things.
Okay.
And not giving the players the potions would massively help things, because that was really the problem. The potions made it so that I don't think I even took anyone below half health before they killed the dragon. And that was the other thing the potions do is your weapon deals 3 times its damage dice instead of whatever its normal is.
I mean, it sounds like whoever.
So a potion of victory is what I.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like whoever designed this campaign is just super lazy.
It's if you have to balance the final encounter of the campaign by giving the players a BS magic item, and that's their only hope of victory, then I just feel like the campaign is badly designed.
Yeah, I agree.
So you were more hoping for a final battle like Valen and I had in Final Fantasy VII. where
Yes.
we went into the
Epic.
final area by mistake, said, whatever, we'll try it, and beat Sephiroth with our last guy at 1 HP with a limit break.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. And storm giants are like challenge rating 13. So one evil storm giant plus a few like elementals of some sort
Would be a
or
pretty good fight.
other underlings would be a pretty good fight for just 4 or 5 regular level 10 PCs,
Okay.
and would feel less underwhelming.
Okay. Do you know what campaign you're going to do next, or?
Horde of the Dragon Queen, which is a level 1 to 7 campaign and goes into the campaign Rise of Tiamat, which is a level 8 to level 15 campaign.
Okay.
Because Tiamat is my favorite D&D deity.
The dragon dude?
Yeah, she's the 5-headed evil dragon goddess.
In Final Fantasy Tactics, Tiamat's only a one-headed dragon.
Yes.
I think in
so-
Final Fantasy IX she has 2 heads, so we're getting there.
If you want a one-headed dragon god, that would be Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon,
Bahamut, yes!
who
Mm.
is also in Final Fantasy.
Neo Bahamut or
Also
Bahamut
Bahamut.
Zero or just regular Bahamut?
Just regular Bahamut in D&D.
That's what was so cool about Final Fantasy 2/4 is that you had to beat all those guys to get them as summons.
Wait. Why do you say 2/4?
Because it was 2 when it came out on the Super Nintendo, but in Japan it's 4, and now that we've updated everything, it's called 4 now.
If it was 4 in Japan,
We
what
average it
was?
Because they
Two
thought
and-
Americans were too stupid to handle the other Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy 1 through 3 came out on the NES in Japan. Only the original Final Fantasy came to America, then Final Fantasy 2. They didn't release Final Fantasy 5, so Final Fantasy 3 is actually Final Fantasy 6. Then they just said fuck it and released Final Fantasy 7 on both countries. So
Okay then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, because when you fought Bahamut on the moon, he would just start counting down and just blast you. So you just had to like unload everything, or do what I did, and figure out the timing to have Kane jump. So you just
Oh, I
sacrificed
remember you doing
the
that.
rest of your party,
Everybody else dies, and you
just had Kane jump at like when he said 3, and he would dodge the attack and just kind of repeat that. You couldn't do that with Odin though, who would just raise his sword at a certain point and just go, "I'm cutting you all in half," which was also awesome. I continue to contend that Final Fantasy 2 is better than Final Fantasy 3, but nobody believes me. Oh well.
Which brings us once again seamlessly to the E3 conference with our live.
The Electronic 3, our live correspondent.
They're
Tommy
teaming
Tom
up
Tom
on
Tom,
it.
what are you seeing?
The 4-player chess is very intense. It's very easy to see why it's going to be a thing. Just to make everybody suffer, since time is a factor, I've decided not to move for the entire minute that
Okay.
I'm allotted. So.
Well, the other 3 players were teaming up on it. It didn't seem fair.
Well, our
Yeah.
ruse that he was on location lasted, I think, about 3 seconds. So
No, he's playing on location.
Yes, I'm playing 4-player
This is
chess.
Bethesda's newest, that spaceship game we talked about. Most of the gameplay is just 4-player chess.
Wow, they haven't even released any gameplay of that. So that's impressive.
Well, that's how deep he is at the conference. So you can't say it's wrong.
Okay. That's a sweet appointment to get. That's a big get
I know.
from Bethesda
But-
Game Studios there.
But again, it looks like they're going with a not graphics intensive approach.
Oh,
in this
okay.
newest one.
Okay. But yeah, so E3 is happening. Games have been announced. I would call this not as exciting a year as previous ones have been. It feels like we're in a bit of a lull in maybe in the console generation.
I-
Are consoles still a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind
Definitely
of.
still a thing.
Same
It's
console.
interesting.
And kind of the coolest things announced, at least to my mind, didn't even really have dates on them. So they teased, Yeah, Bethesda teased their space RPG, which they actually called Next Gen. So, I mean, that's far off, since Next Gen hasn't been announced yet. And then they said after that, then they showed a teaser for the next Elder Scrolls game, and did not even give a subtitle for that. It just said The Elder Scrolls 6. So that's even further off.
That's the name.
No, they usually throw I figured they'd throw a subtitle on there to at least let people like speculate about where it would take place and that kind of crap.
I don't even know now.
So that means that that's going to come out in like 2025.
Maybe they build a time machine in this one and it becomes
There you go. That's an option.
Scrolls tie together.
Well, but they're going to use the time machine to send back a revolver.
There you go. Yes,
Exactly.
that all ties back into our connected cinematic universe that we're building here.
Very revolver based.
The next Halo game was announced, but no gameplay, no.
What number are they up to with Halo?
Oh, you're gonna love this. It's Halo Infinite. So they've gone for it.
So they've lost count.
Yes.
Of where they.
Yes, they said, fuck
Somebody
it.
in the office is like, "Damn, I knew we should be keeping track." Gary, you could just look up what the last one was. He's like, "No."
But it implies that you're gonna play as Master Chief once again, because
No, because what else would you?
apparently most of the internet apparently flipped their shit when they weren't. Did you not play as Master Chief in Halo 5?
I thought you did. In
You
5.
did, right? Like half the time.
I thought so.
Anyway, whatever.
Awesome.
Did I play that?
Hopefully that's good. The multiplayer in Halo 5 was good, so I'm ready to do some more of that. Fallout 76 is a game that this group will probably end up playing in some capacity. It's a co-op adventure.
As long as they have co-op, I think we'll play it.
It will all depend on how annoying the PvP aspect of it is, I think, in terms of how long we play it.
Well, and that's the thing. So we can have 4 of us, but if there are other people we have to deal with, I don't know that I'll enjoy it very much.
It'll depend on how populated they make the map of each like instance or whatever. Because if the map's 4 times as big as Fallout 4 and they make it kind of sparse enough where it's, almost like a tense thing if you actually run into somebody, that could be an interesting aspect. Whereas if it's there's a guy a block over, then you're kind of just, there's no point.
Well, and also what you told me is that people can get nuclear launch codes and nuke other people.
Yeah,
so that
you can blow shit up. So
How do I fast travel?
That's the American dream right there.
let's
Blow
see.
shit
Continuing in the kind of we're not going to bother with numbers anymore, the next Doom game also was teased, called Doom Eternal.
Interesting.
Infinity.
Why so much like Infinity and Eternal?
I will
all
say,
these-
at least Doom bothered to come up with a different word than infinity or infinite.
Because that's what most
So
people
at least that's something.
Ah,
And to be fair,
Mhm.
like Doom 2 already exists, so saying like Doom 2 again would be a little weird. But let's keep going. The next game from the Dark Souls people, From Software, also got a trailer. It's ninja stuff, which I think it looks pretty cool. Junkblade, what'd you think of the trailer?
I had a little bit of a flashback to Resident Evil 4 with that one giant guy who just suplexes you.
Yeah, that was
It
reminiscent
looks
of that.
fun.
Yeah, it looks like he's got like a bone arm that like turns into different equipment. Like I saw like a grappling
something
hook,
weird
which
like
looked satisfying. But it looks like a little faster paced, I think, which might make me a little more interested. Kind of the slowness of the Dark Souls combat has always been a tough thing for me to kind of try to get my head around.
Dark Souls combat took me a while to adapt to,
Yeah.
because the speed is so different from what I'm used to.
Yeah. Anybody else any thoughts on what's it called again? Sekiro, Shadows Die twice.
Of everything you sent me, besides Fallout, I didn't see anything that really leapt out at me. I mean, I'm sure people enjoy The Last of Us too, but
that
I was stressed
game
watching
looks terrifying. I can't.
I was stressed watching it.
I will say the animation stuff they're able to do these days is extremely impressive, but give me a different tone, and I will enjoy those animations, because I am not interested in going back to that world. I was like, okay.
What's
Nope.
the Kojima one called?
Death Stranding.
Can't play that one because of the toenail thing.
Yeah, that, and it makes no
I-
fucking sense.
Haven't even watched the video, and just hearing about that means I can't play it.
No, yeah, don't.
What's wrong with toenails?
He rips
No,
off
just
his
oh
toenail.
god, just we don't have to keep talking about it.
Is it like when you
No, nope,
stub your toe?
no. We're moving on.
You can't feel your toenail, so it's not that
Cyberpunk
big a deal?
2077 is the next game from the Witcher 3 people. Which, Valen, you enjoyed quite a bit, Witcher 3, right?
I did like The Witcher 3.
So, what if it was The Witcher 3, but you got a sweet-ass car?
I don't like
There you go.
I don't like the trailer.
What if it
I
was The Witcher
don't
3, but
care
you're
for the
a pistol?
trailer of Cyberpunk 2077 either. It looks like a neat world.
Oh, Junkblade, you cut off J Money again.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't-
sorry.
I mean, I'm just trolling anyway.
It's really hard for me to hear
That's
J
all I
Money,
want.
I guess. I
Yeah,
think that's
he's a little quieter than everybody else.
Yeah, it's sometimes I don't even hear him, so I think that's why I'm not trying to cut you off, Justin.
I
He's
know,
not
but
usually
that's-
trying to say something serious anyway, but go ahead, Jim.
Yeah.
No, but I want the trolling. That's all I want.
I think it looks
It's
cool.
too late. It's gone forever.
I don't know.
It sounds like we're very meh about everything.
I mean, let's see. Halo. I'm ready for more Halo. I'd actually give this Sekiro game a try. I think Cyberpunk looks neat, but that's just me. Last of Us Death Stranding, no. Octopath Traveler, they showed another. That's coming out. That's actually coming out soon, and that's the SNES kind of upgraded SNES graphics RPG from from Square Enix, which I think is going to be a very fun experience. So that's exciting. Mega Man 11. I think most of us here were impressed by that trailer.
Yeah.
That looks good. Ready for more Mega Man, I think.
Oh yeah, we like the Mega Man. I like
Yeah. I mean, Smash Brothers is coming out again. I
was
always
gonna
play those
say-
for a little bit. I mean, people seem excited about it. They're including every character that's ever been in a Smash game, so nobody's
That's pretty cool.
left out in the cold anymore.
Ridley's a playable character,
Yeah,
apparently.
They brought Ridley in, which apparently has been like an internet joke for a decade.
Who is Ridley?
From the Alien
He's
franchise?
the
A boss
weird
from-
alien dragon from Metroid.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they have any more. If they add a couple more characters at some point. I don't know who. Well, now let me think. Who do I want them to add?
What about Pike from League of Legends?
Okay, that's not a real person. Moving on.
The newest character.
God.
Did Valve say whether or not they were gonna give us more R8s in Counter-Strike at E3?
Valve never shows up to E3. So
I thought maybe they'd show up this year to talk about the
yeah,
R8.
you'd think. Actually, the champions that were in Breath of the Wild could be cool Smash characters. Now that I think about it,
Did
I mean,
I'd fight as a Goron guy.
does Valve ever show up or care about anything at
No,
all?
no, they don't make games anymore. So
wait, who doesn't make games?
Valve,
Why not?
because they're
because they're making
assholes.
so much. Well, they're assholes.
And they said, let's make this super cool world that we're interested in, and just go.
They're making too much money from Steam, so
Yeah, they don't have to
care
make
about
games.
Oh, okay.
Just make. I don't even care. I don't care what kind of game it is. I don't care if it's good. Just give me a conclusion to the goddamn Half-Life story you started 15 years ago.
I don't think it's happening.
So apparently Dave and I feel like Dave feels about Half-Life the way I feel about Ogre Battle. I just want an ending, dang it.
There is an ending to Ogre Battle.
Yes, it's a cliffhanger.
I mean,
Now, spoiler alert.
Big news.
Yeah.
New Mario Party game. I know everyone's excited about that. Mario
We like
Party.
Mario Party.
Actually, this
I-
one does look better than the previous. It looks like there's.
Is this also Mario Party Infinite?
No, it's Super Mario Party, which I can't believe they haven't done before.
that's yeah. I would rather them just like keep the numbering going because they would have to be on like 17 or something. Then, right?
11 would be the next one.
11. That is
But I think
impressive.
disappointing parts was no. I guess Valen, you liked Gears, right? To some degree.
Sorry?
Gears of War.
No, I hate it.
Okay.
What?
I remember you and I played through the first one, and then I said we finished that and said, "What on earth was that supposed to be?"
Well, let me tell you, the story didn't get any better in 2, and in 3, I stopped playing it.
What was wrong with the story in the first one?
It didn't have one.
It ended, and we're like, "Oh, I guess that was the last guy on a freaking train." It was like a lieutenant, and you're like, "Oh, I guess we got him." To what end?
I mean, that's what war is like, right? Like, it makes sense by not having like this elaborate story.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm specifically avoiding actual war because that sucks.
All I remember of Gears of War is Horde mode, which I think Chad and I played through, and I think I played through with either you or Tommy, Valen.
Now, Horde mode was a big innovation that Gears did do, for sure.
That was fun. I will say I found that legitimately fun.
I don't remember that. What was Horde mode?
You had like 55 levels that you went
like
through.
sending waves of enemies at you, and you try to, you and a team of 3 other people, like try to survive, basically.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Everybody, we were not great at it.
No, we were not.
So no concrete details about Halo was a bummer. I was kind of hoping we'd be closer to that than it appears that we are. No, they didn't even talk about the next Metroid Prime game, which they teased last year. So that means
that's pretty disappointing.
That means that's a good ways off still.
Yeah.
I guess there's a Pokemon game coming out at the end of the year for Switch, which looks interesting, but I'm more interested in they said they're developing a more core RPG next year. This is like a mixture. It's a remake of like Yellow, I think.
Yeah.
But then it incorporates like some of the Pokemon Go stuff. So.
Double A.
Let me see.
When's Pokemon Snap coming back?
You know what? We were joking about that. I was watching people before the Nintendo conference, talk, and every one of them mentioned Pokemon Snap. So apparently there's an audience that is clamoring for the next Pokemon Snap game.
I think all 8 of them should get together and...
Oh, it's so much bigger than 8 people. I hate to be the bearer of that news.
I'm gonna Google. Where are my fellow Pokemon Snap friends and see what the internet tells me.
But yeah, what was the other? Ghost of Tsushima graphically looks extremely impressive. And kind of a samurai game that might be cool.
The only thing that makes me hesitant is it seemed to blend the gameplay with cutscenes, so I just.
What are you hesitant about with that?
Just how much of the cool stuff you can actually do in game as opposed to
it being a cutscene.
Yeah, I mean the combat. None of that really looked like a cutscene to me, but I guess we'll find out. A lot of people are excited about the Spider-Man game. The combat.
Has there ever been an enjoyable Spider-Man game?
People are convinced this is going to be. I will say the combat does look a lot smoother than I thought it would be.
Wait, think about this: a game where the whole game is a cutscene, and then you play it in a place with a really big screen to make it even more cool. And there's a bunch of speakers around, and if people want, other people can join you. What do you guys think?
Okay.
I played a game that was very much like that.
Wow, dang it! And now the J Money update.
I was thinking Spider-Man, but you're a revolver and you shoot.
And now,
oh boy.
and now I think we
Well,
end this by taking the.
Just
What?
to end
It's over already?
an end cap on E3. I think like almost everything that was like announced seemed to be coming out like February of 2019.
Yeah.
I wonder how much people are actually afraid of Red Dead Redemption 2, which comes out I think in October. It feels
Why is anybody afraid of
because
it?
it's the next Rockstar game and it's gonna sell. It's just gonna overshadow anything that comes out, within like a month of it. I think.
It's the only thing I care about.
I mean, if you look up how much GTA 5 has made, how many copies it's sold, it's.
Wait,
Is that a bad thing?
J Money.
I'm just telling you, like Rockstar is a behemoth
Yeah.
that.
I think I bought GTA 5 like 3 times. I bought
There
it
you
on
go.
360, 1, and PC.
Apparently, like everyone did that.
In Red Dead, will there also be online play like in GTA 5?
I
Oh.
don't know.
85 million copies of GTA 5.
There you go.
Wow.
And I will say the trailers for Red Dead Redemption 2 have looked very impressive.
Guys, if they only made $1 per copy, they made 85 million.
I guarantee.
And
Yeah,
their
definitely.
GTA Online service is just printing money still, I think, and that game came
Yeah.
out years ago. So I've never gotten the appeal of the GTA series, so I'm curious to see if putting it in a Western context gets me more interested. But
Well, J Money told me a way that he plays GTA 5 that actually got me interested.
Okay.
That sounds good already.
You run through the. Is it a mod or how do you do it?
What?
When GTA 5, when you you were playing as the cop.
Yeah, you can. There's a mod called like Los Santos or LSPDFR. But it comes.
That's a lot of letters.
It's basically a mod that allows you to tap in and play as a police officer in the game, and it features like pullovers, scenarios, all kinds of goodies like that.
okay.
So people will then get super into this and like play it online, and it's not as intense as GTA 5 where everybody's running around killing each other and stuff. A lot of it's just pulling people over and writing tickets.
Routine
and stuff,
traffic
but-
stops.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Do you know how fast you were going?
There is a radar gun.
Hey, where's the fire, Chief?
You should.
I think I've got
J
some.
Money.
I think I've got some cop dialogue.
You'd be
You would. J Money showed me some really funny videos of a guy who I don't know if he still does it, but was doing that for a while. Just
Sir, I'd like you to step out of the vehicle.
and that is how
Man.
the actual GTA 5 where you're running around like a maniac and just pull anybody out of their car. Consequences are almost non-existent. Has not really ever appealed to me very much. But that appeals.
I play by the law when I play. Stop at all the red lights. Never speed.
Oh man.
That's
Okay.
my kind of game.
Are there any questions from the chat?
So chat right now and has for a while consists of Commander Root and Electrical Skateboard, both of which are some sort of bots.
How did you determine that?
J Money.
If you go to their, I went to their pages. And
Yeah, you joke, but Duke Nukem Forever has already been released. So they beat us to the punch on that one.
Forever.
Yep.
I remember playing like the very first one when I was way too young to be playing.
Yeah, I don't think they've gotten any better since then.
A friend of mine said they bought it for like $2 or $3, and I think they spent too much.
Yeah, I think that's the general
no.
consensus I've gotten. Hair products. I use 0 hair products.
You don't shampoo?
Does that count as a hair product? I assume he was talking about like after.
Does that count as a hair product? We need to answer that.
Okay.
I would qualify shampoo as a hair product.
Let's see. Okay, it's in a white bottle. I don't know. I get a different one every time I go to the grocery store. Whatever strikes my fancy at the moment. Dove? It's probably Dove.
That's a good one. Washing my hair with the blood of doves.
Yes. White. It's
How
white,
do you-
surprisingly enough.
Well, of course, because of their purity.
There you go. That fits. That fits. Fun fact to close us out with, I guess. Oh, I didn't start playing the music. Ah!
Yeah, outro music. And then, who wants to do the outro? Somebody's got to...
Tom, I want you to give me one thing you're happy or excited about.
I am happy my time at my current job is limited.
Feels like that's a
Are-
around that, because that's still kind of a negative that you don't like your current job.
So, I am happy that there's a lot going on in free still. I'm happy, consoles are still in the market. I'm happy there's no apocalyptic events going on.
Are you sure about that?
Well, maybe that's a discussion for next time.
Oh, please not.
Mel?
Whether or not they're apocalyptic. I mean, I feel like we get to yes or no, and we can get that.
Episode 20. Boom. There goes the dynamite.
I'm okay with this.
Oh man, I'm not happy about this chess game.
No, we should end this before
Okay.
Tommy.
What's everyone's gaming plan for the interim time between this and the next podcast?
StarCraft right now.
All right.
Dark Souls Remastered and Darkest Dungeon, possibly with something else thrown in there.
All right. So Darkness. J Money.
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike. Okay. You still flying planes?
I haven't had the time in a while.
Oh man. Malin. Also Counter-Strike. Oh, we didn't talk about Destiny. We'll talk about Destiny next time. All right.
All right.
All right. Everyone have a good evening, and we'll see you. We'll see you on the flip side.